Okay, let's see what's going on over here. Let's see if we are in fact live. YouTube. There it is. Good. No thanks. Okay. Okie dokie. Let's pop out our chat here. Welcome back to the it's been a few nights since I had any data analytics sessions, but I'm returning to Quadratic AI. Not quite sure what data we're going to look at yet. But let's just pop over to Quadratic AI. Okay, open Quadratic. And we can see we've done a lot of things. We've got donut house, foreign aid given, stocks, electricity from coal, restaurants, age at which women are giving birth, and so life expectancy. Let's come over here to GitHub. Let's look for our world in data. Let's go to our world in data data sets. Data sets. And let's just see if we can find something worth looking at here. Data sets. Air pollution, absolute population change, access to financial account, adult literacy proficiency, let's see, world ed stats, adult obesity by region, air pollutant emissions, air pollution, all geographic air travel trips per capita, airline hijackings, alcohol consumption by type since 1890, alcohol consumption. Look over here, take a look and see what this has with it. So is this only for the world then? Oh, we don't want that. Back over here again. Antibiotic use in steroids, animal world population growth rate, annual world population growth rate, arable land crop output, archaeological land use, armed forces personnel as a share of total population, attainable yields, attitudes to vaccines, average. So what do you think? Basic reading and math skills, biodiversity, habitat loss, births outside of marriage, emissions by sector, CO2 from cement. This is actually part of a larger data set also, right? What is that? Energy data set or something like that? Region, calories lost by food group. Adding cancer deaths group. Grouped by what? Causes of child mortality. Causes of death versus media coverage. Causes of media coverage. Boys and girls. Zero allocation to feed, zero yield index, not really what we're looking for. You know, let's take a look at this. Let's see. All species numbered. Year 2050. That's kind of interesting. Lost. What's that? Waste. Habitat lost, all waste habitat. All species numbered. Not sure why this all says 2000. Let's, you know what we can do? Let's take a look at this. Okay. Yes, this could take a moment, couldn't it? Okay. Let's close program. Let's open up this. Let's try it again. Let's try saving it as a Excel file first. Okay. Okay, I don't understand. Let's don't do that, 'cause I don't understand what it means by only has 1 year. Okay. Let's try to go back to something a little simpler, maybe. Okay, okay, this one is interesting because, well, we do have a year on there, don't we? We have different causes of deaths. Of course, this could be the whole data set right here, which would be kind of interesting. And it's only for 1 year. Let's just let's work on let's work on a small data set. And how about that? How about if we work on a small data set tonight? Okay. Now this, as you can see, this is a very small data set. A very small data set. A single year. So this is going to be kind of interesting to see what Quadratic actually does with a small data set like this. We don't have a collection of years. Okay. All we have is a single small table. Okay. Let's see if we're still recording. Good. All right. Let's save this. Then let's come up here. Let's get rid of this. Let's just keep the. Yes, you are. Oh, hey. Oh, hey, Gagusha. Arush, how you doing, friend? Thanks for stopping by. We're going to take a look. We're going to use Quadratic AI to analyze some causes of death among infants for girls and boys. Meaning, I guess I'm going to say, I guess we're going to say that means biological girls and boys. Yeah, I actually saw the video about that, by the way. Yeah, I saw the video. I think it was on YouTube today. It looked pretty sweet, I must admit. But we're actually looking at a very small data set. It covers 1 year from when you. I think the report was published in 2017. It contains a list of maybe 10 to 20 causes of deaths, and it gives you the number of deaths for males and females. Okay, and there it is. Have you tried using Quadratic yet, by the way? Because if you haven't, you really need to give it a shot. Okay. Well, that's the wrong one. Nope, that's the wrong one. That's the wrong one. Titled. So have you tried using Quadratic yet? It's really a pretty I must say it really is pretty sweet. I mean the AI has changed a lot, has really improved. Okay, foreign aid given now in the wrong spot. Causes of deaths, infant deaths by girls and boys. Okay, so here we go. Thus, an infant meaning less than 1 year of age. Okay. Do I need to tell it to? I guess it's worldwide. So for the purpose of this thing, they're classifying an infant as being a child less than 1 year of age, from birth until 1 year of age. Now, if you haven't used Quadratic before, this is interesting. Don't know what it's doing there. Stop. Don't put it over there. Put it over here. Okay. See. Now I'll create a bar chart to visualize the comparison between boys and girls. So I wonder if it's not actually recognizing this as a table. Okay, at first plot, because this is deaths per 1,000, and this should be causes of deaths. Okay. Okay, now this is kind of unusual. Okay, this is kind of unusual in that normally you get this right on the first time. Yeah, so this plot doesn't look right. The trouble is I'm not sure. See, you got this up here and that shouldn't be there. Okay. But I'm not sure if it's recognizing it as a table or not. Which I thought they fixed that. Data, I think this is new data validation rules good. What we can do is, there you go. Normally, it's been doing this automatically before. Now, for whatever reason, you see, convert to table. Yeah. Okay. Oops. I didn't get it all, did I? Let's see. First, let's come up here. We know it's cause of the death, so we don't have to. Okay. And if you haven't used this before, what it is, if you want to zoom in and out, you hold down the Control key and use the mouse key. If you want to scroll left to right, you use the Shift key, okay, and the mouse key. All right. Since we know the table has to do with infant deaths, yeah. Like I was saying was that up until tonight, it was automatically formatting it as a table, so it's kind of odd when it does something like this. Okay. So now we can maybe, let's try this now. Okay. New chat. So you can see we got causes of death: birth control, diarrhea diseases, digestive, infantitis. Of course, you know what's missing here, of course, is abortions. Okay, which is kind of interesting. Okay, trauma, HIV/AIDS, heart anomalies, lower respiratory disease. So let's come up here now. Yeah, like I say, it was fixing this. It was automatically. So now you come up here and you want to say table, use first row as columns, okay? Good. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Yeah. Definitely parquet tables. It was importing Excel files. It was importing everything as a table up until tonight. But anyway, yes, you have, in some ways, parquet, it probably does the best as parquet, plus you can import more data into a smaller file. Yes, indeed. So anyway, let's tell it to create free plots. Yeah, like I say, if you were to go out and look at some of my other plots, some of my other things I've made with this, it's pretty impressive. It's come up with some really nice plots in the past, with basically no instructions. Let's see, create these plots using causes in So we got 19 causes of death. Okay. Okay, so it came back with the same one, right? The trouble is, okay, so we got 1 out of 3 plots. It looks okay, right? And the other thing it's not doing tonight, it's not doing a good job of locating the plots. So I don't know. So you got this here, and there's well, okay, there is a plot there. So I'm going to zoom out a little bit. Okay, but again, this one here doesn't look right. Plus, it's overlapping the table. Okay. They must have made some changes since I used it last time. So that's, I mean, okay, so this is for infant girls. Preterm birth. Yeah, yeah, it seems like it seems like they made some tweaks since I used it last. Because again, this one here doesn't make any sense. Okay, that one doesn't make any sense. This is so they're basically 1 out of 3, and then you got this little thing right here. Normally, what it would do, it would create the first plot, say, right over next to the data. Okay, then it would create the next plot to the right of that, and so forth on the same line. But it's not doing that now. And it is scrolled to the bottom by itself. Let's give it some more directions. Let's create a plot that shows the top 5 causes of death for males and females. Okay. Let's do this. Okay. Okay, good. Okay, so that's not too bad. Diarrhea causes, you can see, preterm births. Does preterm birth include abortions? Okay, anyway. So that's the one with the largest. And what you notice is, by and large, uh, for the top 5 causes, more boys are dying, more infant boys are dying than infant girls, okay? Let's do this, let's go over here. Let's just create sort of a little dashboard of it. You can see what the other problem is, you can't really, you can't, let's see if I can resize, you can resize it, but I don't think it, yeah, but see, it doesn't really work to resize it because it, what happened to my other plot? I lost my other plot. What happened to what happened? Oh, there it is. Let's put that over here. Okay, there. Good. Come back over here now. Come back over over here. Let's zoom back in, zoom up. Okay, good. Good, good, good. So, do you work for Quadratic, or are you just an enthusiast like myself? The bottom right corner. Okay, you can see well, it almost works, doesn't it? Okay. Be sure to tell Gabe that Dave Jackson says hi. Okay. Very good. Well, thanks so much for stopping by. I appreciate it. I've made quite a few videos so far about this product. I mean, you made a lot of improvements, but like I say, for whatever reason, it's not recognized in tables automatically, because it was recognized in both CSV and Excel also. So do you just like cruise YouTube to see if people were making videos about your product? Is that what you do? Okay. You notice it's not very easy to nail that nail that bottom right corner. Okay. Anyway, let's try something else. Yeah, it's true. Let's try something. Let's see if we could do a. Can we do a word wrap? We could do two things. We could rotate it horizontally. But that's rotating it horizontally. Do a word. Oh, by the way, I usually uh, live stream like Monday and Thursday night or something like that. Let's see. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you so much. You got to invite all 100 of your employees to watch the videos and get my numbers up a little bit, okay? Maybe you should hire me to do like technical support or something like that. Okay, well, that's closer. Rotate. Okay, so I told it to wrap. It didn't really wrap it, did it? Okay. Do you know what this is here? Asphyxia and trauma. What is in secla? I don't know what that is. Okay. We could try change to. Now I will say, uh, some of your some of the plots that this has created in the past have been really nice. I mean, it's done a really good job of coming up with some creative plots. Okay, so we got that. Okay, let's see. Let's add total labels. Okay. So, change Y labels. Let's see. Let's let's No, no, no. Okay. What I wanted was, okay, good. What did I say? Add individual rates, calculate difference, okay, that's not too bad. What I wanted to do, I wanted to change this to a percentage. That's okay. Let's see, add gender breakdown, we've already got that. Calculate rate ratios, compare to median. Yeah, so just invite 1,000 of your friends to come and watch and like the video for me, okay? Okay. Well, let's try something different. Plot the it's 5 to 10 devs, okay. No problem. So how many people are you averaging per day using this, by the way? Let's see if it can handle my oh shoot, I didn't want to do oh man. Okay, so it's having a problem with this plot here. Because essentially I wanted the same thing as the other plot. Okay. Let's move this over here. Oh, oh, okay. Also, so it went back and it created all these plots. Okay, so it created a new plot for each question. Okay. And this one here, yeah, we don't need that. That's not good. Let's try this. Of course, you know, friends don't let friends make pie plots. No, it's not. Yeah. You must have went in and pushed across a couple changes, which I didn't know, without my approval. Okay. So let's see how this looks. So we can see let's see, it's kind of hard. Whooping cough. Now there's one you don't hear about a lot, do you? Sudden death. Let's do this. Zoom out. I don't know. Let's zoom out and resize the chart at the bottom right. Now you see, I'm having trouble getting the bottom right. Now we come back over here. Okay, so we got labels. Very nice. So for girls, the largest cause of death is lower respiratory diseases. So this isn't too bad at all since we got the label to pop up. For boys, yeah, over here, lower respiratory. You know what's kind of interesting about causes of death. So I was looking a couple of years ago. I was looking at a data set for causes of death worldwide, and if we include the U.S. in those numbers, the largest cause of death is cardiac disease, heart disease. If we take the U.S. out of the numbers, the largest cause of death is lower respiratory disease, preterm death. The other thing that would be kind of nice if I could resize the chat window. So let's come back over here now. So there's the one. So you can see boys 19. So although there's not that much difference in the biggest causes, is there? But it's interesting that the young girls die. Slightly more young girls die from lower respiratory disease than boys, but among the boys, it's preterm death. So I wonder what preterm death actually means. So let's take this over here also. Okay, right. We all know that the spill means it's run out of space, right? So that's something I have to work on. Okay. Well, I'll tell you what, my friend. I'm going to call it a night. So hopefully you caught a few things you want to change here. But anyway, yeah, I really like the product overall. The AI has improved a lot since I first used it maybe a couple months ago. Nonetheless, like I say, my friend, thanks so much for all you folks over there who, all 10 to 15 you who are actually developing this product, and thanks for regularly checking out my videos. Like I say, just invite 100 more of your friends to come and watch the videos, and maybe I'll get some numbers that really matter. Thanks so much, my friend. I'm glad you enjoyed the videos. Have a good night.